My friend said the movie will take you into the world of movies. Rent a cat, the cat in the movie. Let humans have no moral defense at all. That secret music is the happiest place in the world. The warm sun printed the river into a golden color. The gentle wind of the floating waves stirs the lonely heart. The Sayoko is walking by the river with the cat ears. There was a loud noise in the speaker. Rent a cat. Loneliness comes to rent the cat's waist. The child who passed by jokingly called the Sayoko a cat mother-in-law. The Sayoko stopped and frowned. The children ran away. The Sayoko continued to howl with a smile of victory. A gentle voice came from behind. An old woman in a white dress and unruly hair. I want to rent a cat with a warm look in my eyes. There are 6 or 7 cats on the tricycle. Mike, Shiro, and Little White. The old woman took a look at the oldest one. There is a 14-year-old overall situation. In order to protect the safety of the cat, the Sayoko will first inspect the resident environment of the tenant before signing the rental contract. The old woman lives alone in a luxurious apartment. There are many photos of cats in the house. The cat's name is Momo. After her husband passed away, the old woman and Momo are synonymous, but Momo died last year. The son did not show up for a long time. The old woman's age no longer allowed her to raise a cat. There is only loneliness in life. The old woman enthusiastically carried the essay. Bring out the son's favorite jelly. The Qtang sour and sweet taste makes the Sayoko love it. The old woman seemed to have no appetite. She looked at the big picture and her eyes smiled in a crooked line. The Sayoko announced the approval of the audit. The old woman who rented the cat did not sign the contract quickly, but repeatedly confirmed, I left. You will take him back and take care of him. Only in this way can I leave with peace of mind. After getting the Sayoko's guarantee, he wrote down his name and asked about the cost. The Sayoko pointed a finger. The old woman thought it was 10,000 or 100,000 yen. The Sayoko said it was only 1,000 yen. Looking at his slightly cold and sour outfit, the old woman asked, "Can you really live like this?" The Sayoko explained, "I have other jobs. There are hundreds of millions of shares trading every day. I have been playing with stocks since I was a child." In the eyes of the old woman's admiration, the Sayoko said goodbye. The cat can contact me for anything. You can contact me for anything. Please use the cat to fill the loneliness in your heart. The Sayoko went home. He sat in front of the computer and studied the stock. Which one should I buy? The cat whispered to the Sayoko. The Sayoko received the signal. He decided to buy it. Sure enough, cats have magical powers. The Sayoko made a lot of money. The next day, he sang beautifully. Water the flowers and grass in the yard. A pure white kitten visited. Since childhood, the Sayoko is like a cat mint. Wherever you go, the cats come running with a smell. As the years go by, the Sayoko is looking forward to his ability to attract men. It can be as powerful as attracting cats. His first goal this year is to get married. It is said that the goal must be written on paper. It is easier to achieve by sticking it to a conspicuous place. The Sayoko immediately sat down. Then he stayed at home comfortably. The only man he could contact is the uncle next door who looks like his aunt. The uncle mysteriously told the Sayoko, "I'll give you a secret. You used to be a cicada. Will be chased by cats. But if you let a man chase you, it's really hard. Say it." He sang back to the house. The Sayoko was angry. "Why do you say I care?" He was angry, smelling the smell. The phone rang and interrupted him. "Hang up the phone." He came to his grandmother's house. Grandma died. Grandma's son came to deal with the house. He is allergic to cats. Let the Sayoko take the cat away as soon as possible. The Sayoko found the big picture under the table. The big picture called him ignore. The Sayoko moved. "The cat's name is Momo." Shouted out, "Momo." He returned to the Sayoko. At this time, there was a scream in the kitchen. The son looked at the frozen jelly. Can't help it how to deal with this thing. But when the Sayoko left, sunset, he was alone in the dark. Slowly eat the jelly made by his mother. Realize a reality. He is no longer a child. There is no mother anymore. No one will cook his favorite food at any time, waiting for him, looking forward to him. It rained heavily in the sky. The Sayoko had a second small goal. Anxiety is a taboo. Beauty is justice. He took a few cats with super high beauty. Walking on the road, I saw a middle-aged uncle who was lost by the river eating ice cream. Shouted out, "Lonely people want to see cats." The uncle really caught up. The Sayoko went to the man's house as usual. The uncle lives alone. His wife and children are at home. He will return to his hometown next month. He can finally reunite with his family. He can't be happy because of the long separation. The daughter has a big gap with him. Always say that he is very ugly. Uglier than Yan Hui Gang. Reject his relatives, and the daughter likes dogs. The uncle is a real cat slave. He clearly went back to his own home, but it's like invading someone else's territory, empty in the heart. The Sayoko handed the black and white milk cow to the uncle. The milk cow likes the smell. Always be able to find the most smelly pair from a pile of shoes. Show a happy and enjoyable expression. He and the uncle can be said to be the same smell. A match made in heaven. The uncle asked about the rent. Only after 1,000, the official asked. Can you really live like this? The Sayoko explained. I still have other jobs. I am a super popular master. The uncle asked the Sayoko to give him some tips. The Sayoko said, you don't need a Sayoko. Most of the people who come to the Sayoko are depressed and confused. And you are just lonely. It's best to have a cat. When you're lonely, use it to fill your lonely hole in your heart. In the evening, the Sayoko began to drink. The believers lined up at the door. The Sayoko called the master to do the magic. The cat's plum blossoms are printed on a card. Guide the girl who is hurt by love. Leave the man who only loves her money and does not love people. The girl cried. Sure enough, the cat has a mysterious power. The rest of the people arrive. The entrance is all green. The Sayoko cleans the weeds in the yard. The uncle next door walked over. Leave a sentence. A woman with a height of 170 centimeters is not welcome by men, and the last life is still greedy. It's a pity. Only welcome by cats. The Sayoko was annoyed by the uncle next door. He said, I will never forgive you. And then he was embarrassed. I really want to get married. He was angry with the grass. The phone rang. Hang up the phone. He came to the middle-aged uncle's house. Just opened the door. I saw the uncle kneeling at the door and praying. We built a strong foundation. I love him. He loves me, too. No matter what happens, I will protect him for the rest of my life. Please let me take him away. The Sayoko believed the milk cow will definitely harvest happiness in the new home. It was a quiet afternoon. The sun brought the right temperature. The cats were drowsy. The Sayoko took out the needle, sewing the holes on the scarf. Thinking of the happy milk cow, tenderness came out of the eye. Time flew by. The phone rang. The fan was shaking, but it didn't work. The Sayoko set the third goal. The wedding trip must go to Hawaii. The rental car company is holding an event. The Sayoko asked, what about your family? The uncle replied, although my wife said it was annoying, but I always asked him no matter what. In the end, my wife agreed. The Sayoko was like a married woman. Gave the milk cow to the uncle solemnly. The uncle was happy. The Sayoko believed the milk cow will definitely harvest happiness in the new home. It was a quiet afternoon. The sun brought the right temperature. The cats were drowsy. The Sayoko took out the needle, sewing the holes on the scarf. Thinking of the happy milk cow, tenderness came out of the eyes. Time flew by. The phone rang. The fan was shaking, but it didn't work. The Sayoko set the third goal. The wedding trip must go to Hawaii. The rental car company is holding an event. The rental car can draw prizes. The first prize is a trip to Hawaii. The Sayoko decided to change the cat car into a small air-conditioned car. The customer service lady introduced the rental car to be divided into 3 levels. A level is 10,000 yuan for 2 days. B level is 7,000 yuan. C level is 5,000 yuan. The Sayoko doesn't like to be divided into 15 levels. Grandma taught him whether it's a person or an animal, their value is determined by love. A broken second-hand car, the owner loves it. It's priceless. The Sayoko rented a C-level car at the price of A level. The customer service lady is also fierce. However, the Sayoko is not ready to leave. She sits on the bench with the cat. It looks like she wants to talk to him. The little sister has been working here for 12 years. There are few guests here. She is responsible for this branch alone. She is always alone. She is alone when she comes home. No one is waiting for her. It's like being abandoned by the world. Very lonely, especially when eating. I always want to eat alone. Occasionally, I meet a particular shop that I want to eat. I queued for a long time to buy it. I don't want to buy it for myself. Accidentally, I bought a lot. The little sister thinks that if people are in the same class, she is the C level. Seeing the loneliness of the little sister, the Sayoko knows that business is coming. He will put the little cat in the arms of the little sister. The little sister gently moves the chin of the little cat. The little cat raises its head. It makes a hulu hulu sound. However, after a while, the little cat is out of favor. A little cat jumps on the desk and sits side by side with the cat. This is definitely not a coincidence, but a kind of magical premonition. The little sister signed the rental contract immediately. The Sayoko ate the little sister's donut and canceled the rental cat's fee. The little sister asked again the familiar question of the Sayoko, can you really get by like this? The Sayoko explained, I have other jobs. The composition of TV ads. I've been good at music since I was a kid. Use it to fill the emptiness in your heart. Say it. The sandbag is about to leave. The little sister reminded him to draw. Unfortunately, the Sayoko only got a fan. At night, the Sayoko began to compose. The cats chased the cat stick and created a cheerful tune on the piano. The little cat has been good at music since he was a kid. It's dawn. The Sayoko makes a simple device in the yard. The pipe is connected to the top of the bamboo. The cool, sweet well water flows in the bamboo tube. The Sayoko puts the noodles on the top. It's fast and steady at the exit. It tastes so good. Suddenly, the Sayoko feels a little bad behind. Slowly look back. As expected, the neighbor came out again. It's really empty to eat plain noodles alone in the summer. The noodles in the sandbag's mouth suddenly became not very delicious. I really want to get married, I was sighing. The phone rings again. Hang up the phone. The Sayoko came to the car rental shop. The little sister was excited to show off. This little cat is a rich cat. That day, the little sister watched the Sayoko leave by car. The sun set and the sky turned red. The birds were singing freely. A magical light followed the car. The cute cats looked far away. The little sister suddenly thought that there could be such a sea trip. She rented a car for the first time. When she won the lottery, she was drawn to Hawaii. The little sister will go to Hawaii tomorrow. She temporarily returned the rich cat to the Sayoko. The Sayoko went home and tore off the paper that said Hawaii honeymoon. Comfort yourself. If I go to Hawaii, who will cook the cat's meal? Who will clean the toilet? Newlyweds should stay close to each other 2 days and 1 night. In this way, the Sayoko is no longer anxious and her heart is much calmer. On an ordinary day, the Sayoko cried under the blue sky again. A familiar boy came to the scene. The boy also recognized him and chased after him. The Sayoko recognized him completely. He was a middle school classmate of the sandbag, Jizei. He was famous for lying at school when he entered society. He even wandered into the Black Island and ran away. Now he was expelled from the organization. He was going to escape to India tomorrow. When he was in middle school with the sandbag, he was very bad at studying and loved to talk to animals. He was nicknamed a witch by his classmates and was even isolated. The Sayoko and Jizei both liked to sleep in the infirmary. Sometimes, the Sayoko's snore would wake Jizei up. Jizei was very angry on the surface, but he would buy ice cream and share it with the sandbag. In Jizei's eyes, he also had no friends. The Sayoko was never lonely and seemed to have no trouble at all. The Sayoko at that time was really like this. Grandma stayed with him and taught him to love life. 2 years ago, when Grandma passed away, the Sayoko had a hole in his heart. He hated the dazzling sunlight in the early morning. He was sick at night and had 3 meals a day. One night, the moon would rise so as not to be divided into 4 seasons. He hated everything that should exist, just like he hated death and parting. It was the cats that gradually filled the hole in his heart. He knew that there were many cats in the world that could not be saved, so he wanted to lend the cats to lonely people, even if it filled a little hole. It was good. In the scorching summer, Jizei and the Sayoko sat in front of the door and drank cold beer to recall the past. Jizei looked around and suddenly saw a wedding sticker on the wall. The Sayoko ran back to the house with shame and blocked the note. When he turned around, Jizei was gone. He only left the yo-yo he was holding at any time and didn't even say goodbye. The Sayoko sat on the ground in silence. The neighbor uncle comforted him kindly. He cried loudly when he was sad. The Sayoko no longer suppressed his emotions. After crying, he played the yo-yo by himself. The rest of the cats ran away. In the swaying street, the wind chimes made a clear sound. The flowers in front of the door bloomed brightly. The hole in the Sayoko's heart was filled a little bit. The wedding note on the wall this year fell off suddenly. Marriage is not because of loneliness. Happiness is never limited. The film, directed by Naoko Ojigami. It is a drama starring Makako Ichikawa and Milda Agemi. Old Women Through the Cat. It tells the loneliness of the 3 generations of old, middle and young. The old lady in the film is lucky. She doesn't have to worry about her health. What worries her more is the emptiness and loneliness in her heart. No one talks to her. No one eats her delicious food. She looks forward to her son's return every day. She doesn't dare to make a phone call to express her expectations. She is afraid that her son's life will be delayed. She looks forward to his death after her son dies. She realized that even if she wanted to be a parent in the future, there would be no chance. No one would make mom-flavored jelly again. The middle-aged uncle is busy with his livelihood. He can't help but go far away from his daughter. He sighed that he missed his daughter's growth. He didn't hug her more when she was a child, but if he really stays in his hometown and can't make money, he will regret not creating a better life for his daughter in the future. As a parent, I am always worried that I don't give my children enough and not good enough. The child's misunderstanding and alienation are the thorns in their hearts. It's unspeakable pain. The young lady also runs to other places for work. The old friend slowly fades away. She can't find a new friend. No one shares joy and food. No one shares pain and sadness. She is like living on an island, watching other islands, singing and dancing. Everyone has their own loneliness at different ages. A cat fell into your arms without a word. If you don't give it a little fish, it will turn over the sky. She is noble and mysterious. Occasionally, she symbolizes a lazy waste and makes a low sound. It's a good day. Okay, that's it for today. If you want to watch more movies, remember to subscribe and get the latest update.